Here we have a new package from Superior Engineering. Let's get it out. Here's the new tie rod bar, Superior Engineering. Solid bar, it's got the ends, it's got the bolts, pin and grease fitting, two little things to help you spread open the ends, so when you're putting the bolt in, or taking it off, one of the two. Comes with a sticker, a coaster, and that's it. Let's take the old one out, put a new one in. So this is the arm we're replacing. All it does is connects the two wheels together, so they both turn. I don't know if you could tell, but it's actually bent up in here. It's bent, I think, backwards and up a little bit. It's definitely not straight. So that's one reason why we're replacing it. The other reason is these ball joints are completely shot, and when you turn left hard, that wheel starts feels like it's bouncing or skipping. I think it's just all the play in this arm. That's what I'm hoping. If not, it might be something else, but this has to be replaced anyway, so let's just do that. So first of all, we've got to remove this pin that's in here that stops it from undoing. Helps when you have the right tool for the job. You just need to get that pin out. They actually supply you with a new one, so you don't actually need to keep this guy. So what we're going to do is remove this nut here, and it's a 22. And then you need to get a hammer and beat the hell out of this guy until he pops up and becomes free. Try not to hit your camera over. And there you go. As you can see, he's popped up now. So you can just unscrew him the rest of the way. And he's now free. So just leave him in there for now and do the other side, and then you can take it all out while it's still nicely sitting there. There you have it. That bar's out. You can probably see it's sitting here on the floor, and it's definitely bent. So it's one of the reasons, but also these ball joints are pretty loose on both sides. But what I'm going to do is put them next to each other. Put the new ball joints on this one, and I'm going to get it to roughly the same length, just so it doesn't throw our toe adjustment out too much. So I'm just going to do a rough measurement. So I'm just going to put it on the center of the bolt, or it doesn't really matter if you put it on the threads of the bolt. And then I'm going to measure to the other one. So from the side of the left side to the side of this one, it's 1260, and then if we look at this one, it's pretty much bang on 1260 as well. It might have to be extended a tiny bit longer because that one's bent, so it's actually going to be a little bit shorter than it needs to be. But it should still bolt in nicely, and I might need to extend it. One of these is opposite thread, so you can actually just spin this bar and that will extend and shorten it all, and then you lock it in by putting the bolts in here, and that like cinches it down and this bar can't spin anymore. So let's get it in there. It's also a logo, so you've always got to make sure that points forward and, you know, that it's up the right way. It's just extra points. So you don't need to tighten these really tight. You just need to make sure that the hole lines up with the castle nut, just so you can put the pin in. Tight enough that it doesn't want to jump out or anything or move around in there. Just get your pin, put him through. And just bend him so he can't come out. Doesn't really matter how, as long as it's in there. That way it can't unscrew itself ever. And then you get the little grease zerk, and he just goes in the top of it. Just at the top there. You just got to make sure you tighten him up as well. And then all that's left is this bolt with a lock washer and the nut. And you just need to do him up. And then you do that on both sides. And as long as your toe is fine, you can measure from one side of like from this tire here to the other one and do it at the front as well. It's a rough measurement, it won't be perfect. You'll be better off getting a tire alignment, but hey, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna measure from here and the front and we'll see if they're the same. Alright, so the top side of this bolt is a 19 and the bottom is a 17. And then the little zerk fitting is just a 7mm. You don't want to go too tight with him. There we go. She's all good. Actually lost the outro video that I filmed. Don't know what happened to it. But anyway, here's a flowing river from Hill End. I measured between the tires and adjusted the toe. So it was all good now. Took her for a test drive and she felt nice. So this is probably my first how-to video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.